Hello and welcome everybody to a Duskmourn House of Horror draft. Final Fantasy is now behind us and we have now moved forward to yet another fantastic limited format in Duskmourn House of Horror. Now Duskmourn has a very special place in my heart because I actually was able to hit rank 1 and hold it for about at least a week while drafting the format. I enjoyed it a ton, probably the format I played the most out of all the limited sets, so I'm excited to dive back in and remember what it was like to draft this format. Now, before we hop into this draft, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all your Match the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Whether you want to buy some booster boxes of Final Fantasy, Spider-Man, Edge of Eternities, or you wanted some singles to round out your standard, modern, pioneer, or commander decks, TCGplayer.com is the place to go. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, check out heavyplay.com for premium Match the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. They also are at basically every Match the Gathering convention. Swing by the booth, tell them Paul sent you for 10% off in person as well. Okay, Overlord. Let's open an Overlord. Oh, that's a FOMO. Okay. Fear of Missing Out is a solid card for sure, and certainly one of the top considerations. What else do we have here? Smoky Lounge is a cool room payoffs card, but of course, I think the blue-red rooms deck is one of the weaker archetypes in the format. There is Monstrous Emergence, which is a solid removal spell. Glassworks is also a very, very good removal spell. All these rooms are great because they're removal effects, but you can also utilize the rooms in some way, either a mana sink in the late game, or you can sacrifice rooms for value as well. And there's also Final Vengeance as a removal effect. Probably Fear of Missing Out is the best card to take here, but I wouldn't fault anybody for maybe taking something like a Glassworks Shattered Yard here as well. All right. Let's take the FOMO here and see what is available. Ooh, Razorkin Horde Caller. If I recall, this was one of the premium uncommons in the set. Really strong 5 mana for a 4/4 haste. Whenever you attack, the Horde Caller itself doesn't have to attack. You make a 1/1 red gremlin creature token. Surgical Suite is also a really solid room, but of course, after first picking a red rare, Horde Caller makes a lot of sense. Scorching Dragonfire, I believe, was one of, if not the best commons in the entire format, so that's also quite strong. Tunnel Surveyor is a solid creature that makes glimmers. The blue-white enchantment deck being very strong in my opinion. So a lot of good cards. Get Out, Surgical Suite, Tunnel Surveyor, and then Coordinated Clobbering is a fine bite spell as well. But I think I'm going to take the Horde Caller here. But a really solid pack overall. Like, I don't know what the person I'm passing to is going to take out of that pack. But you know what? I'm starting out with, okay, you know what? All I know is that I'm red. One thing to note, though, is blue-white is also seemingly somewhat open here. Inquisitive Glimmer is a signpost uncommon. Now, there are 2 signpost uncommons in every color, I believe. And so when you see them, that's a good indication that that's where you want to be. But also red seems open. It feels like maybe the person passing to us is some kind of blue-green value deck, which is one of the stronger archetypes as well, and something that a lot of people gravitate towards. Murder is a fine removal spell. Wary Watchdog is also a fine card. And Conductive Machete is a card I like as well to put in any deck. But Scorching Dragonfire is premium removal. Best common in the format. This and Spineseeker Centipede, I believe, is the other one. But let's just go ahead and keep taking the red cards here and see what's available. Look, I'm a simple man. I see a 4th pick Scorching Dragonfire, I take it. What else is there? There's a Monstrous Emergence, which is also a solid removal effect. Unsettling Twins is a fine common as well. Unwilling Vessel is okay. If you're the blue-white enchantments deck, it can be good. But even in that deck, I feel like it's a little bit underwhelming. But Scorching Dragonfire is premium, so let's go ahead and take that. Okay, how many Scorching Dragonfires is too many? Literally nobody wants to be red. This is red's best common. And you know, this is a common theme. Anytime you see a flashback draft, nobody wants to do the aggro thing. Everybody wants to do blue-green value or whatever X value deck. And you know what? I'm here for it. What am I seeing, though, for the second color? There's a Vanish from Sight, and I don't know. Maybe like red-white is where we could potentially go. But let's take the Scorching Dragonfire and figure out what our second color here should be. This is a fairly weak pack. Green is clearly not open. Well, I did see some Monstrous Emergences, but green's pretty deep. I think for me, certainly a lot of the enchantment stuff is available, but red-blue is not a particularly strong color combination, and that is a late-ish murder, which could be an indication that black is open. And I don't mind the red-black sacrifice deck, so I'm going to take the murder. I think it's close between that and possibly Tunnel Surveyor, but I do think red-black is a stronger color combination, so I will take the murder here and see where this goes. We are very, very heavy on removal. Pack 1, pick 7. Hand That Feeds and Vicious Clown are considerations here. I don't love Demonic Council, so I think I'm just going to take the Hand That Feeds here just as another 2-mana play. Vicious Clown is also totally fine, but let's take the Hand That Feeds. It's not insane by any means. It's totally fine. That is a late say its name. I'm really having a tough time figuring out what my second color should be. I think Seize from Slumber is pretty good, though. It's either that or Vanish from Sight. But I'll take the Seize from Slumber. I think like red-white aggro is also a totally fine deck to move into if it's available. Like I said, I'd much rather be red-white or red-black than red-blue. Smoky Lounge tabled, and I feel like people agree with me in terms of where they want to be here. Final Vengeance is quite strong if you can get a good setup in a red-black shell. And seeing this table hopefully is an indication that black is available. But of course, you're going to need to make sure that you have enough fodder to make this happen. Right now, we're not set up for it, but red-black usually is. Here, certainly a bunch of blue cards, but I'll just take a friendly ghost here. So right now, it's like red-white or red-black. We'll see where this goes. Wary Watchdog is a good card. Surprised to see it late, but of course, this format just came out, so a lot of people are still trying. There's a lot of people who haven't played this format before, so they're trying to figure things out. One thing that I'm noting here is that my spell count is quite high. I have lots of removal, so definitely need to round this deck out with some, more decent creatures here as well. I believe there was a 2-mana 1/1 that like died and manifested or whatever. Is that the whatever? Like, and I think that would be really nice with cards like Final Vengeance. Emerge from the Cocoon, Piranha Fly. I mean, this is not really a card that the red-white deck wants. I guess I'll take the Piranha Fly if blue ends up truly being open. But right now, all I know is that red was open, but I'm not really sure what my second color should have been based on what we saw. Expropriate. I don't even know what this card does. It's a 9-mana card, so I'm not going to take it. So let's look at basically the Mardu cards here. Not a ton. Ragged Playmate is certainly not first pickable. Unable to Scream, if I remember, was a really good removal spell. Spectral Snatcher is fine, but again, not a first pick card. I guess it's just Withering Torment. Beastie Beatdown is really, really good in the red-green Delirium deck, but I think Withering Torment is just like a totally fine removal spell to play. Again, that's right now, it's like, I really shouldn't be prioritizing. I already have so much removal, you know what I mean? I should be prioritizing other things, but Nowhere to Run is premium. It's amazing. Also, it's like an enchantment, so I can play this as a removal effect and then sacrifice it to Final Vengeance for more removal, which is quite nice. And it's just the best card in this pack here as well. Splitskin Doll is also very good if I wanted to move into red-white. And the Glimmerlight's also surprisingly strong too, but let's take the Nowhere to Run here. Wow, I mean, this is getting kind of ridiculous. Our like removals, like the best card here is Betrayer's Bargain. Yeah, I mean, given that I already have triple Scorching Dragonfire, there are going to be matchups where this becomes less good. So let's go for the versatility here in Betrayer's Bargain. But what I'm really going to be looking for here is sacrifice fodder. Rooms would be nice as a way to utilize all of this removal. Oh my gosh. Spineseeker Centipede, there it is. The mythic common of the set. But you know what? Scorching Dragonfire is fantastic, and Egotist is just not particularly strong. Meanwhile, the Dragonfire is premium, so this is a really, really odd setup right now. Like, people keep passing these crazy removal spells, and I'm taking them, but... Oh, there it is. There it is. Disturbing Mirth. This is one of the best uncommons in the format, and I'm super happy to see this pick 5. It means not a lot of people are specifically in red-black. Defiant Survivor can also be nice if you can find a way to tap this, but this is the perfect sacrifice outlet and a card that goes super well with Final Vengeance and Betrayer's Bargain. So love picking up this Disturbing Mirth. I need more cards like this. More cards like this. All right, pack 2, pick 6. There's a Friendly Teddy, a Bedhead Beastie, and a Winter's Intervention. I mean, this is just all terrible. I'm just not playing this card ever, right? With 4 Scorching Dragonfires. If it was best of 3, I'm just going to take this stupid 2-drop, but hopefully I'm not going to have to play it. Oh, there you go. Now we're getting this is the other Signpost card, so nobody in Rakdos here. Sawblade Skin Ripper, excellent. I also do like the Machete, but this is an amazing creature to pick up here. Very, very happy about that. Pack 2, pick 8 gives us Valgavott's Faithful versus Spectral Snatcher. I am not a believer in the Baelmerk Leech. I'm not actually sure which one's better. I think I just need a random large thing to win with, so I'm going to take the Snatcher here. Just because my, like, you know, I have tons of ways to survive into the late game, and I just need, like, a random dork to win with. Beastie Beatdown, Pack 2, Pick 9 is a travesty. Even if you're blue-green, you should splash this card. So, a little bit surprised to see that. That's another Final Vengeance. Wow. Just, like, a bunch of playables. I mean, that's the thing about Duskmourn. You will almost always have enough playables to play in these decks. And so, you know, just like finding your lane, making sure you have the right cards is important. Scorching Dragonfire, pick 11. I mean, there's a Fanatic of the Harrowing, but I have 5 Scorching Dragonfires. What the hell? Like, am I just cutting Murder? Am I cutting Withering Torment? I don't know. Like, I have 19 cards already. And I have so many premium removal spells. This is nuts. That's a Pyroclasm, which I don't care too much for. Toby and Enduring Curiosity. Wow. Those are both bombs. And they are not in my color, so I am very sad. For red and black, this is a pretty underwhelming pack. There's Derelict Addict, which can be good in this type of deck, and also Defiled Crypt. I'm going to take the Addict. This is a control deck. This draws me some cards, and then I can sacrifice it for value later. So I do feel like this is certainly a deck where the Derelict Addict can do things. This is a miss of a pack. There's Most Valuable Slayer, which I don't love. A lot of people like this card a lot more than I do, and certainly this is not really a great Most Valuable Slayer deck because I'm not super aggressive, but the rest of the cards here are also quite weak. I guess I'll take it. Like, I still need a way to win, and this thing is an okay blocker. But as I mentioned before, I don't love Most Valuable Slayer. Okay, the Irreverent Gremlin is quite good. Vile Mutilator is also fine. It's expensive, but I think I'm either looking at Irreverent Gremlin or Innocuous Rat. But I think the Gremlin is just too premium. Although, I will say, the Rats would be a nice addition to this deck, right? Because it's a good sacrifice outlet, but this thing is just such a good value card. Like and it's got Menace too. It's just everything that you want. Here we have Boiler Bilge's Ripper versus Appendage Amalgam. I think I'll just take the Amalgam because of curve purposes, but it's another card that I don't love. Painter Studio I do love, so I'm going to take that. Good value card, room to sacrifice, draws you cards. Absolutely everything I want. Man, our creature count is so low. Unnerving Grass, Pack 3, pick 6? Guys, we need to have a talk. All right, I'll take Boiler Bilge's Ripper, I guess, just to make sure that I have some random way to win. Another Painter Studio or Ticket Booth. This is crazy. I'm going to take another Painter Studio, I guess. I mean, Ticket Booth is also very good. Wow, our creature count is so ridiculously low. All right, I don't really care about Rampaging Soul Rager. I guess I'll take a Rip Chain Razorkin, but hopefully I don't have to play that. Ragged Playmate versus Pyroclasm. I'll take the Pyroclasm. I do have a couple of Spectral Snatchers, which are certainly coming in here, just as like a way to win the game in the a way to win in the late game here. 9 creatures. 9 creatures. Yeah, this is... How much removal is too much removal? 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, I guess the Irreverent Gremlin's not even that good here, just because I don't actually have enough cheap things. Actually, Fanatic of the Harrowing is probably fine here. I think I will choose to go ahead and play that. Decent fodder. Let's see, what does Bargain say again? Or, here we go. Sack a creature, okay. Alright. We have lots of cards to cut here. Let's see where we're at. As far as spells go, I certainly don't think I need Pyroclasm. Friendly Teddy looks pretty bad. And Painter Studio and Derelict Addict and Disturbing Mirth just gives us ways to just like continue churning through our deck and just finding more ways to get card advantage. And then we can sacrifice these rooms and the Mirth to the Final Vengeance and the Betrayer's Bargain here for added value. We also have a Sawblade Skin Ripper that lets us do a similar thing. As far as creatures that I think can easily be cut, certainly the cards here on the right, all of these creatures I can certainly cut. And let's see. I can probably cut a land because I have 2 land cyclers. And then I don't know if I want to cut like all of the... I guess the Fanatic of the Harrowing also is something that I can consider cutting. Actually, the Boiler Bilge's Ripper probably just gives me more synergies here. So I think I want to do this. And again, my question now becomes how many lands I want to play. Also, do I want to play both of my Final Vengeances? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that are decent to sacrifice to it. I do think I probably should play more than 9 creatures, so I think for that reason I'll... Like, I don't actually have as much fodder for this, and my removal's already really good, so let's add 1 more creature. I'm debating between Ripper, Razorkin, and Snatcher. You know, I'm just gonna play the Ripper. I mean, it's big. It's not great, but it just fits into the curve a little better. Alright, I can go on forever. Let's just try this. Alright, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying all of this content and wanted to support the channel in a different way, I do have a Patreon. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out here to all the patrons. Thank you so much for all your support. Access to the Patreon gives you access to a variety of different benefits. One of the most important things is access to my Discord channel, which I believe is an awesome way to join an awesome community of folks looking to up their limited game. Additionally, I post monthly videos for the Patreon only, and I do a monthly stream for the Patreon that I also post depending on the tier. So check it out. All right, opponent on the play. Let's see. 1 Final Vengeance. I only kept the 1. Let's see how this plays out. Swamp is the play from the opponent. We have Scorching Dragonfire, turn 2. All right, little red-black mirror. This exiles, right? Yeah. Get out of here. Give into violence? Are you kidding me right now? That's... Okay. Sure. That is not a card I have seen very many people play. Fair enough. Dashing Bloodsucker. Okay. Let's draw some cards. Kill this with Final Vengeance. 3 cards left in hand for the opponent. I mean, we've cast a lot of really good removal. That's a 2/4. I'm going to play the Razorkin here because next turn I can go Skin Ripper plus Murder. 2 cards in hand for the opponent. They hit me for 3. Our opponent plays super fast. I mean, red is literally in their name, right? So, not a surprise. I mean, I kind of just don't mind taking this damage. Alright, bring it on. What you got? Let's go ahead and... Wait. Oh, I can actually use that with the Skin Ripper. Whatever. I'm just going to do it now while I have the mana. But that is interesting. Double Scorching Dragonfire? Wow. Okay, let's go ahead and attack. And they have 3 cards in hand. I do need to be a little bit careful here. Oh, hold on. I think it's too late. Whatever. I'm gonna murder this now. Sure. Why didn't they use that before? They must have drawn it, right? Okay. So now we play Most Valuable Slayer. Hey, you know what? I'm happy with the Ripchain Razorkin, though. It drew me, like, a couple of cards, which is great. And now our hand is also great. Looks like they have a removal spell here of some sort. Cracked Skull. Sure. My hand is fairly redundant. Oh, Final Vengeance? Okay. It's another creature, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, we're down to Most Valuable Slayer. Oh, just kidding. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I would say as well. Alright, well. I mean, our opponent had a fine red-black deck. Nothing too special, though. And I think we were just able to out-removal then. And again, honestly, that Razorkin was actually just did a lot of work. It drew us 2 cards, allowed us to trigger the Saw-Blade Skin Ripper, and just fit slots nicely just because we don't have a lot of 4-mana plays. Rank 34 opponent. You know what we call that? Freelo. Give it to me. They're probably blue-green. Alright, turn to a hand that feeds. Our hand is 3 removal spells. Another blue-white. They might play a Signpost card here. Yep, they sure did. Let's just kill that before any shenanigans occurs. Like, I was considering murder for some double spell situation, but, I mean, I need to specifically draw Mountain here anyways. Tunnel, Surveyor, okay. Oh, we drew a Swamp. Okay. Alright, we hit a land, which is fine. No attacks. And then we get to play the Razorkin next turn, which is also fine, of course. I mean, I don't care. Like, my hand that feeds is just so far away from Delirium right now, so it's whatever. Alright. Fear of Surveillance, okay? Yeah, of course I want to play out the card that I have to play this turn. Next turn, we can do all kind. We can kill a bunch of things. There's a lot of options available here. They have 3 cards, though, so if they get rid of the Razorkin, it's kind of annoying for sure. Now, what the hell? Wow. Well, that was extremely strong. This is one of the better rares in the entire format. Okay. Alright, well. I mean... Exile target creature, so yeah, that sucks. This makes them think I don't have a removal spell. So, I'm hoping that's the case. And I get to keep a Murder or Scorching Dragonfire, etc. But they're rank 34. I'm sure they assume I have some kind of instant speed removal spell. Well, let's see if this works. I don't think it will, though. Jump scare? Sure. Well, I have the Murder still. But yes, obviously that's unfortunate. I think they're going to go for it again, and I will keep the land in my hand this time. Like, I didn't know if they could have Jump Scare, and I wanted to save the Murder for something bigger. You know what I mean? And now I want to keep the land in my hand so I can Rummage. So I get the Manifest here, because I get the Manifest off killing that. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Oh, nowhere to run. Nice. All right. Okay. So 2 damage versus 1 damage. Am I interested in that? I think so. Even though, like, I'm at a lower life total. I'm going to keep a land in my hand in case I draw 2-power creature. 2 cards in hand. They didn't run anything out. We'll see what happens. Of course, I'm not going to use a Nowhere to Run just yet. Hopefully we can find something. That was great. Most Valuable Slayer here. They could have Twist Reality, I suppose. Or Fear of Imposters. I think they had a Twist... No, maybe they didn't. Anyways. Looks like they also could just have a removal spell. Vanish from Sight with Surveil. I'll keep it on top. I mean, it's still just like a relevant menace creature, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not fantastic, but like the alternative is drawing a land, potentially, and I think that's pretty bad. 1 card left. Alright, 13 to 8. It looks like my opponent is a little flooded. Granted, we've also drawn 7 lands. Which is why I'm playing the Ripchain Razorkin, and I have a lot. I did prioritize like the card draw effects too. You know what I mean? Withering Torment is a nice one. The nice thing is it doesn't have to attack alone. It's just like whenever you attack, right? So there's that. Still keep a land in my hand for Irreverent Gremlin. I mean, they're going to draw something at some point. They've been drawing pretty poorly here, but I've managed to even out the life totals here with 2 removal spells in hand, so I don't feel too bad about my current spot. We'll see. What does this do? Yep. I could have killed my creature in response, I guess, but... Wow, they have Unnerving Grasp too? I mean, their deck is awesome. Okay, Painter Studio is a very good draw. Let's see what we find. We found Land and Sawblade Skin Ripper. So interested in playing all of those. Alright, so now we have 2 Menace creatures with a Withering Torment and the ability to cast Deface Gallery, which pumps both of these. And if they don't have a blocker, I have Lethal. Also, I can sack stuff to the Sawblade Skin Ripper. And also, yeah, I mean, I have just like a lot of strong options here. Seize from Slumber. Okay, my options went down a little bit. I mean, they can't block, so they kind of have to attack. But that was certainly very good for them. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, we've had some timely Razorkin Horde callers off the top, I'm just gonna say. Alright. What did I say about Freelo? Actually, that was a close game, and my opponent got flooded. I keep it real. I keep it real. Now, our deck does have a few ways to get card flow going. This is one thing that I realized back when I was playing this format before, where it is really easy to get a Rakdos deck with a ton of removal, but if you don't have a way to get ahead on cards, you're just 1-for-1ing with your opponent, and that's not necessarily where you always want to be. So Disturbing Mirth, Derelict Attic, you know, Painter Studio, cards like that are very, very important to just make sure that you have the last threat standing to win the game. All right, on the play here. Ooh, okay. When does you may sack another enchantment? Okay. This hand isn't perfect, I will say. I don't have anything early to do, but you know what? You know what? I have 5 Scorching Dragonfires, all right? It will become perfect, okay? We'll just leave it at that. Fear of Lost Teeth. Okay. Let's play the Feast Gallery here. When this enters, you may sack... So I don't want to sack this yet until I activate Painter Studio, right? Hopefully I just find a thing to play. Scorching Dragonfire. I'm gonna hold off on Painter Studio, actually, for now. I want to make sure that I want to maximize the chances of being able to play both of my things off of this. I'm gonna keep taking damage off the Fear of Lost Teeth, in case they play another creature. Okay, I'll kill the Fear of Lost Teeth, so they don't get to draw any cards. Alright, good, good. Now we get to play Most Valuable Slayer. We have Boiler Bilge's Ripper plus Disturbing Mirth, which is pretty nice too. Now, if they have Final Vengeance, obviously that's quite good. Alright, they're doing the thing. They're doing the thing, but you know what? We just gotta be patient with this. We're okay. That was very good, obviously. Especially if they play 2 creatures this turn. Okay, let's unlock. Play Painter Studio. Whoa! Those were good cards to hit, I'm just gonna say. Three cards in hand for the opponent. Yeah, let's just play this for now. Like, basically the plan here is to just, like, run my opponent out of cards. Still won't be able to play the Ripper anytime soon. We'll take the damage from this. Innocuous Rat. Okay. Razorkin Horde Caller. Wow. Fantastic draw. I think I should attack first, as this has Menace, right? And then I'll sacrifice the enchantment to the Disturbing Mirth. Because if I have a land, then I can discard the land to the Fear of Missing Out. Right? Okay. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, clearly I need to... This is crazy. My hand is so ridiculous. I mean, I don't think I should discard a land here. Right? Yeah, maybe I do. I get 2 triggers, so... Oh, I can decline with this one, but I have to with this one, right? I mean, whatever. Sure. I mean, this could also be certainly a case where every resource matters. So let's just do this and see what happens. These Dragon Fighters are not bad here, so... Oh wow, that's quite good. Okay, I imagine they're gonna go Painter's Studio here as well. Okay, that's a Most Valuable Slayer. I think I'm just gonna kill the 2/2 here. This attacks for 3, so that's fine. Gets a little bit of tempo back. It was a percussionist? What? What do I have in graveyard? I have a... Okay, I want a sorcery in my graveyard, I guess. Here, I think I can get rid of the Ripper. I mean, they can only play one of them, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll block here. Take 2. No shot. No shot. Your last card is also a spell that you ripped off the top that matters here? Oh, turn inside out? That's... I mean, very impressive. My opponent's... Like, I feel like I've drawn more cards, but my opponent's done well for themselves. The question here becomes whether or not I want to just go, like, all the Scorching Dragonfires, or play a Razorkin Horde Caller. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Sure. This attacks me for 4 or 5 damage. Hey, honestly, excellent Rakdos deck from the opponent's side. Excellent Rakdos deck. But it's not enough. It is not enough. I go to 3. Good game. Woo! You had a chainsaw too? I'd like to thank the 5 Scorching Dragonfires in my deck for allowing me to win that game. Let's keep it going. 3-0. Red-black sacrifice. Alright, on the play here. Yep, certainly keeping two lands, 1 of each. Gremlin, Disturbing Mirth, Deface Gallery. I mean, this hand's obviously awesome. One more land would be ideal. Let's play the Gremlin here. The nice thing about the Gremlin, like, now that I drew the hand that feeds, hopefully we can rummage into a 3rd land here. Oh, it looks like it's unable to scream. Oh, we just drew a 3rd land naturally? Alright, well then we'll just go Sawblade Skin Ripper. And, I mean, unable to scream is a good card, but against red-black specifically, it's not that great. Because I have just Waste to Sacrifice. Paranormal Analyst, however, is very... Wow! Alright, I take it back. Double unable to scream, however. Did not consider that. Okay. Land. We have 1 type in the graveyard. Deface Gallery versus Hand That Feeds. I will play Hand That Feeds and pass. Wow. 2 1-mana removal spells with the Paranormal Analyst, and then if they start getting their Manifest going, it's certainly quite strong. Split Skin Doll, lots of value. I am liking my opponent's deck here. Definitely. This becomes... I can turn this into a 3/2 First Striker. Like, I'm happy trading Hand That Feeds for Paranormal Analyst. That's kind of where I'm at, so. Fear of Immobility is strong. Yep. Split Skin Doll gets in. Sure. Now, remember, this still triggers... Oh, Boiler Bilge's Ripper, huh? Okay. That puts an enchantment in the graveyard. If I sack them... I mean, I'm going to do it. And I will kill the Split Skin Doll. Let's see. What do I want to put in the graveyard? I have lots of instants, so it's harder to put lands in my graveyard. Okay. Attacking here doesn't do anything, so we will pass. Oh, green. Okay. They stole my most valuable Slayer, but it doesn't have any text, so that's fine. And do I have a creature in the yard? Wow, I'm a little bit surprised that they're attacking me. Okay. Derelict Attic and Widow's Walk. Okay. I don't have like a nice double spell turn here, which is a little bit unfortunate. I guess we'll go Painter Studio and see if we hit something. Okay, we did. And that's the instant that we need, right? So let's kill you. That turns on Delirium. And we'll keep this back. Next turn we can Deface Gallery. Widow's Walk. We have a lot of options. Could even run out Fanatic of the Harrowing if they have one card in hand left. I don't think they should consider chumping, but yeah. Alright, 9 to 14. 3 cards left. Or 2 cards left. Okay, well. Alright, well, they played one of the dumbest cards in the entire format in Valgavott's Onslaught, and yeah, we're probably dead now. Look at this. 3 5/5s. This is one of my least favorite cards. It's a cool card, but like, what am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? What am I supposed to do? It's got Menace, buddy. Alright, they're at 4. Okay. Oh, their deck is busted. Yeah. Sure. I'm a little bit surprised at how aggressive they're being here. I'm not gonna lie. But I guess they have 4 creatures back, so maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's not a big issue here. I mean, I don't know how I'm supposed to win this game. The Razorkin Horde color is not enough because the creature doesn't attack itself. So I guess we have to go Painter Studio and hope for the best. Okay. Oh, this goes to the face. That's awesome. But it's not enough. Yep. Hold on, let's see. Do I have anything else? No. Alright, you know what? It's okay. Our deck is, like, based on what we played against here, like, this was a... Actually, it wasn't even buzzed. Like, they had some filler cards too, but, you know, they drew Valgavott's Onslaught and played it for 3, and very few people will be able to beat that. That and Overlord of the Mistmoors are like the 2 mythic, like unbeatable rares in the entire format. And yeah, they're both sitting at like a 70% win rate or something. It's crazy. As you can see why. It wasn't even that expensive. They paid, was it 7 mana? Just got 3 5/5s? Yeah. With Paranormal Analyst. Alright. We had a good hand. There's not, you know, and they mulligan too, by the way. Alright, anyways, let's move on. We're gonna keep this okay hand. 3 mountains, hand that feeds Scorching Dragonfire. Alright. So we have hand that feeds and a bunch of removal. Would like to draw one of our ways to draw cards, you know, Deface Gallery or anything along those lines. Let's play FOMO. My curve is low, I'm just going to pitch a mountain. And I have like 3 removal spells that I can cast. Erratic Apparition, sure. It's quite interesting what I should try to do here. Like, I can go Deface Gallery and just try to go like mega aggro. That lets me hit them for 6. But like, playing Painter Studio is stronger long term. I will play Painter Studio. Try to hit a land. Okay. We hit Final Vengeance. Am I interested in that? Sacrifice this? It gets me very close to Delirium, so I'm going to actually do it. Because I know the pump effect is nice, but if I just play an instant next turn, presumably they're going to play a creature, right? If I play an instant, I get to get in for a good amount of damage. Or a creature, rather. Oh yeah, this is huge. They're taking so much damage. Oh, it triggers again! The pump triggers twice. That's crazy. They're at 2 life. And I have a Boiler Bilge's Ripper in my hand. Wow. Fear of Surveillance, okay. Meat Locker. Okay. I mean, they're just dead. They're dead on board. I could have played the Ripper, obviously, as well, but let's just go with that. And yeah, pretty straightforward victory there. We're actually drawing a surprisingly large number of creatures, given the fact that we only have 10. I guess Disturbing Mirth, like, almost counts, but yeah. Certainly drawing well. Alright, on the play here, Mountain Swamp, Mirth. Yeah, I'll keep this. Another hand that would like a 3rd land here. Oh, we drew it. Hand that feeds. Now our hand looks great. On the play, turn 2, hand that feeds into Sawblade Skin Ripper. That's... what does this do? Marvin Murderous Mimic. Okay, sure. Okay. Oh, now they're gonna block? Draw some cards. Alright, we hit a land, which is good. Let's attack. Sure. Alright, so now what do? We have a bunch of cards. Let's sacrifice that enchantment for more cards. And as far as what I want to do now... I'm just going to play the Face Gallery for now. Because I just don't know what I'm going to do next turn. And I don't want to lock myself into the Painter Studio here. That's a ticket booth, so that's nice, because now I get to use the Boiler Bilge's Ripper to sacrifice the Mirth, kill the Manifest Dread creature, and then we still have 6 power on board, which is quite nice. Our opponent going very deep on their mana situation. This is why Disturbing Mirth is great. Let's look at our type count. We have an instant in our hand. But we also... oh, let's just... wait, that's a 4/4. It's less to think about when it's just a 4/4. Threats around every corner, alright. So, I mean, this is certainly the type of matchup where I do feel like I need to put a lot of pressure on my opponent. Because with all the mana that they have, they're certainly going to be able to take over here. Whoo! Wow. Okay. Let's go Nowhere to Run, because they know it's coming. Kill that. That was a Flesh Burrower. And they take... okay. I mean, they're at 10 life. Also, I have a Razorkin Hordecaller coming. And if they play a big creature, I have Betrayer's Bargain, and I can sacrifice the Nowhere to Run. So, our removal suite is looking absurd. As long as they don't go, like, Valgavott's Onslaught or something crazy. You know what I mean? Presumably this is a double spell turn. Nope, it's not. Okay. Alright, so they're gonna set up to kill this. Oh, and I have to play it, so sure. Yeah, and we know the Horde Caller is gonna die, but like... Oh, they're just dead. Never mind. Alright. Yeah, I mean, their deck was certainly probably super strong. Probably a few too many colors, a little too dirtly, and we punished them. With our red-black aggro deck. That's not actually aggro. But Disturbing Mirth. Completely busted Magic card. If you can draft around it. And our deck certainly can. Or we certainly did. So very, very happy with that. And we are 5-1. With our only loss being to a Valgavott's Onslaught for 3. Ooh, we're getting paired against some gamers. Now we're paired against rank 68. Bunch of removal spells and a Sawblade Skin Ripper. I guess I'll keep. Turn 1 Terramorphic Expanse from the opponent. Perhaps some kind of Delirium Shell. That's where you would want this most. Like red-green Delirium, maybe. Alright. Let's Dragonfire that. Percussionist is very good in that deck. Just because you can sacrifice it for value and you put an artifact and a creature in your graveyard. Now our hand can certainly needs a little more help. Like I mentioned before, like those value-based enchantments would be very nice. Specifically the Derelict Addict or the Painter Studio. Grab the prize and they had another Percussionist. They didn't add to the board in any way, so that's good. I'm gonna play Painter Studio here. Just a better use of my mana. Wow, we hit... That's so terrible. That's so bad. Like, they're just not gonna play anything. You know what I mean? Oh well. They're just not... They're just gonna kill my Skin Ripper. That's horrible. That is one of the worst... Like, maybe I should have waited on this. Now that I think about it. Yeah, that feels really bad. And I didn't want this to happen either. I mean, this is like the only thing that could have like super punished me, and it did. Oh man, this is devastation. All right, we're trying. We're trying, but they have 5 cards in hand. Ripchain Razorkin, okay. Let's see, 3 cards in hand. I'm actually gonna hold off on playing this for a turn so that I can actually play it and sack a land for value. Most Valuable Slayer, sure. Just because like I'm super flooded right now. And so I would like to be able to sack a land and draw a card if they have an answer to the Razorkin. Oh god. Yep. And another land. Okay. Well, we're going to take 6 here, and they have 3 cards in hand. Solid Delirium deck. I might just be dead on board here. No, Razorkin... Well, yeah, we need a lot of help. I don't see myself coming back from this. Oh. Boiler Bilge's Ripper to kill this, and then they hit me. Alright. Good deck. Solid red-green beatdown deck. Beastie Beatdown, when you cast that thing with Delirium, is really, really strong, so. Good deck from the opponent, good draws. We are 5-2. Yeah, I think I should have held off on activating the Painter Studio until my opponent played a creature. My deck has so much removal, right? If your deck has more creatures, it's better. It's okay to just fire it off whenever. But here, I should have waited. It's wild. I get paired against like a Plat player or Mythic 34. All right, 2 mountains. I need a 3rd land. A swamp would be ideal, but I have 2 mountains, Hand That Feeds, and Scorching Dragonfire, so I'm going to keep this. Oh, we just drew swamp immediately. That's great. All right, red, white. Okay. Ragged Playmate. Sure. All right, we're going to play some defense here because I just cast Derelict Addict. If they kill this and deal damage to me, so be it. But then they're not advancing their board, so it's not too bad. Don't have a way to sack the Mirth in my hand just yet, but hopefully we find something. Ooh, no attacks. Arabella! That is a good one. And they're also keeping up Jump Scare. Oh, okay. I guess we should just play Most Valuable Slayer. Do I want to attack here? And trade this for a Jump Scare? Or leave it back to make them use a mana to make this unblockable? I'm going to leave it back. Like, I think they're gonna, if they're gonna try to keep up Jump Scare, it's gonna really tie up their mana. So I'd want to tax their mana here. I feel like my late game is going to be a little bit better, right? With all the card draw and removal that I have. So I'm just gonna try to play this as carefully as possible. And obviously this is also a good situation to go with Painter Studio. What the? Menace, Lifelink. Okay, so I get to do this. That was not that great. Okay. Well, the nice thing here now is I can certainly just fire this off. Let's go Disturbing Mirth, sacrificing the Derelict Addict. We drew Swamp, okay. And I'm going to main phase fire off the Scorching Dragonfire on the Arabella, so we don't just get completely wrecked. And now I think I can attack. Plenty of lands in my hand, so this FOMO is going to cycle through one of them. Obviously now this is an instance where if they kill my Most Valuable Slayer, I do take 4 damage. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. Razorkin Horde Caller? Oh, yuck! That's a good one. Yep. Scorching Dragonfire. Huh. Well, let's hopefully we hit like a murder or something. Or another Scorching Dragonfire. Three cards in hand for the opponent. Damn. I mean, I got attack. I still have Scorching Dragonfire up and the ability to Painter Studio. So hopefully that ends up coming in. That ends up becoming valuable. Not much I can do to the Horde Caller. I'm just going to take the damage. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? All right. All of these have Menace, Lifelink, and Haste. That's ridiculous. Okay. They have 3 cards. Alright, I guess we have to block here. Oh my gosh. Don't have turn inside out. That would be truly disgusting. So now it's like, do I want... I still need to kill the Ragged Playmate. Yep, so now they get to kill both of these. Sure. Wow. I mean, double Midnight Mayhem. Midnight Mayhem is like... Double Midnight Mayhem Arabella, like, those are really, really powerful sandposts. And now they just have, like, way too many creatures, you know what I mean? So, we need some kind of miraculous draw here to not die. Wow! That was probably the best possible. Unreal. Boiler Bilge's Ripper. Okay. I mean, I might still be dead. What do I have in my graveyard? I have Delirium already. No attacks. Okay, well, do your worst. 3 cards in hand. How insane was your hand? It looks pretty insane. Like, any combat trick does it. Boiler Bilge's Ripper was absolutely the best possible draw. Oh my gosh. Okay. 2 cards in hand. I mean, any removal spell does it here too. Any trick does it. Wow. Aggro is very good in this format. I mean, actually, like, that's a great thing about Duskmourn. Just like everything was good. Alright, given how they're, like, thinking, I'm feeling better about this, you know what I mean? Like, they could attack with everything. That's, what, 8 damage coming in? Yeah, that's right. So I'm not gonna block the Percussionist. So I go to 1. Okay. Presumably they have another creature here. Oh, they're out of action. Okay, here we go. Withering Torment was the worst. The thing is, I need to draw 2 more things here or I'm dead. Oh, no. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13 damage going in. Alright, here we go. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. Do I have a 1-mana play in my deck? I do. It's Final Vengeance. No, I discarded it. Oh, this is so bad. Oh my gosh, so close! So close! They're gonna attack me with everything because they have no other choice. Oh, brutal. Oh, what a close game. What a close game. Oh, they just drew Scorching... Never mind. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is like an absolutely unbelievable Boros draw. And we had a really good draw as well. So just like no shame in losing here. Like double Midnight Mayhem to force through all that damage. It was so close. We were almost able to come back there. But a bunch of losses there at the end is unfortunate. But you know what? It is what it is. Like 5-3 is a totally fine finish. This deck certainly was lacking some maybe decent creatures. I still thought this deck was very, very solid for a deck that doesn't really have any rares outside of FOMO. Like, this is not really like a bomb rare. It's fine. It's solid. But given what this deck was trying to do, like, I thought this deck was totally fine. We lost to a solid Gruul Delirium deck where I made probably the misstep of flipping this when my opponent had no creatures in play. We had some filler here in Ripchain Razorkin and Fanatic of the Harrowing. And then that last match, like if they just played like a regular Boros deck and just played like random creatures, I would have been fine. But like Midnight Mayhem into Razorkin Horde Caller with turn inside out, that was just like one of those like, yep, they had a little bit too much there for me to handle, right? And it was super close. And I got to do my thing. I think Red-Black is a solid archetype, especially if it's open. It's a pretty fun archetype to play. I do like drafting a lot of... There's just like a lot of different viable archetypes in this format, and this is certainly one of them. I felt like this was probably our lane. Like, at least red was super open, and then we ended up with, you know, some black cards. I think you could make the case that I could have been like red-blue or red-white maybe, but not. I didn't get a ton of white, and I saw like okay blue cards, but like mostly mono-red. But all in all, solid showing for our first Duskmourn draft. Had some fun. Our opponents did some sweet things. Valgavott's Onslaught, didn't love that one so much, but hey, losing to a Boros deck with a bunch of just really great uncommons, that happens. And then losing to a Gruul deck with some good signpost cards, that also happens. But ton of good removal. Some iffy ways to close out the games, but really, really good synergy, which is what carried this deck to 5 wins. Hopefully we can do better in the next draft video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and want to support the channel in a different way, I do have a Patreon. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Special shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Also, check out TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Whether you need booster boxes of Edge of Eternities, Final Fantasy, or Spider-Man, or you wanted some singles for your Modern, Pioneer, Standard, or Commander decks, check out TCGplayer.com. Hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, check out HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. You need to go to your local F&M, your SCG Con, your regionals, all that good stuff, and you need to make sure you're fully ready to go. You need deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and much, much more. Go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.